Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Innal hamdulillahi wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillahi anbiya'i wal mursaleen. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wakhlul uqdatum min lisani yafqahu qawli. Inshallah ta'ala, welcome. We'll get started now. Welcome to our webinar just before the purchasing window is going to open. We do not have any specific timeline when the purchasing window would open up, but we are expecting it to start sometime within the next day or so. Yes, we do understand that we've been told 24-hour window advance notice would be given, but considering how things are moving along, we are not guaranteed of that, but we are very much hoping as soon as we find out. We are very actively pursuing this. We are monitoring our Raa Mina chat groups. We are in constant touch with them. So as soon as we are informed, inshallah, we will let you know. Whether it is midnight of the Eastern time, US time, whichever way it is, we are going to broadcast as soon as possible. We have made arrangements so that, one of us, one of the admins would very closely be monitoring this so that we are monitoring 24 hours, inshallah. As soon as we find out, we will inform. So bear with us while we figure out when this is going to be opened up, inshallah ta'ala. So going to our presentation today, what we are going to do is we are going to go through at a very high level the process that we know of, okay, and then Brother Wasim will show you a neat way of how to save the package information, the basic information, not the flight and all that, basic information of all your preferred packages, so that once you are logged into the Nusuk, you can go through each one of them quickly and see which one is available, and so that you can book quickly. So at this point in time, our hope is that you have already funded the e-wallet. If you have not funded the e-wallet by now, and if you're not certain the credit cards that you have are going to work, trust me, it's not going to work. I don't want to be the bearer of the bad news, but I also want to be very upfront that if you have not done the e-wallet by now, it's extremely difficult to move through the process. This can happen anytime, and considering this is going to be first come first serve basis, and the limited visa that has been assigned for each country, as we know, the packages, we expect it to be sold out within the first or second hour. Within the first or second hour of packages opening, we are expecting for them to be sold out. So please, please take this seriously. If you are interested, and I hope each one of us has the desire, then back it up with making sure your e-wallet is topped, is funded to the amount and a little bit more extra, just in case if you had to flip and pick another package, or if you're doing the custom flight and if the custom flight changes. Remember, if you're doing the custom flight, it's based on the marketplace price. It can change from today to tomorrow. So if your intention is to use the custom flight, then make sure to have a little bit of extra funds in your e-wallet. And by now, our expectation is you would have put your most preferred package into the shopping cart. And I want to clarify this. We have released this multiple times, and we have said this multiple times. You can only put one package into the shopping cart. You can have one package into the shopping cart, and you can have one preferred package, but that would not be in the shopping cart, nor will it have all the flight selections, nor your hotel selections, etc. It is just a preferred package. And we also hope you have noted down additional packages in the preferential order, so that when the purchasing window opens up, you're not struggling with which packages you should go with, which is the preferred one, etc. Wasim will go through some of that, and inshallah ta'ala, we want to help you prepare so that you are the first ones to pick the packages. So again, e-wallet and the shopping cart should be ready by now. If it is not, work on it immediately today. Before the end of the day, you should have these two things funded. Using the bank transfer now is not a good option. And do not waste your time. If one credit card doesn't work, do not waste your time messaging Nusuk, etc. Work with your bank. Call the fraud department. We have given you a few choices. The best way to do, if your credit card is not working, is to call the fraud department of the bank and ask them to clear it at their Visa or MasterCard department level. Do not have them just say, we don't see any issue, we don't see transactions coming out through. The transactions will not come through because the Visa or the MasterCard department of that bank or that credit card organization will have blocked Nusuk. We have found in many cases that several of the banks have blocked Nusuk. So you need to have them go in and unblock it for you at least, inshallah ta'ala. So this is the process that we see as the purchasing process, where you have something in your shopping cart, you are going to select the configure package, and then you're going to quickly review it, and then you make sure that it is valid. In case if you find that what you have selected, what you put in shopping cart, you need to quickly reverse out and go back and select a different package. So but do not rush through this also, where you're picking and making a wrong choice, because once you press the purchase button and you have purchased the package, you cannot reverse out of it. It is going to be extremely difficult for you to get that call Nusuk, etc. We don't even know if it is possible. So at this point in time, this step is very important. But the step of the before shopping cart, making sure you have the right package, is very important, because this has to be a quick review and you have to move fast. Now, if you press the purchase button, if it is not successful, you need to empty the shopping cart, and then you need to go back to your list of preferred packages that you have picked besides the one that was in the shopping cart, and then you go through this process. Wasim will go through how you can go from here to here quickly, from this step to this step fast. This is most important. Some of the people who are familiar with the process have made the remark that if you don't get through the first package, chances of getting through the second and third and fourth are slim. That is not necessarily true if you are able to move through fast. If you are able to move through fast, you can still get through it. Do not sit here and start wondering why did not succeed, texting Nusuk, texting us, messaging us, asking us questions. It's a waste of time. During this period of time, asking us questions or asking Nusuk is you're wasting time, because every minute is very precious. So please, we want to re-emphasize, following this process is very important. Following this process and running through this in the first 15-20 minutes is what will make you most successful in getting through and getting a Hajj package. And our heartfelt desire is each one of our group members to get through this one. Okay, so Wasim, are you ready to go with your presentation quickly?
Okay. So as we have been discussing so far, right, you should have by now ideally narrowed down what packages you're interested in, right? You should have reviewed each package, be familiar with what your priorities are, what's your number one priority. Number one priority should be in the cart already, right? And there are a few factors, like there is availability, there is gateways. Like we said, wherever possible, we want to focus on the ones that are standard packages with group flights. If those work, those reduce your clicks, right? So basically our job is, how can we do it quickly? What's most likely going to happen is, when the packages do open up for purchase, everybody's going to try to log into the system at the same time. And what we have seen in the past is Nusuk does slow down when everybody is doing and trying to purchase at the same time. So if you're waiting, like Faridbhai was saying, if you're waiting to the last minute that I'm going to top up my e-wallet when I purchase, it might add delay. Packages can get sold out, or if package is not sold out, Visa quota can expire, be completed. So we want to try and be quick here, inshallah. So like we have been discussing, use these filters, explore. Now, one way to look for packages that we have shared in the past is basically, let's say you're looking for Raa Mina packages, you can filter by Raa Mina service provider, you can do filters, and if you have the name handy, you can go here and search for the package as well. So let's say I'm looking for Rawaf Holiday Inn 206. I can search here, and when you do the search, it brings up the screen then you click on this view details. So this will take you to the package. Now this is still 2-3 clicks, and like I said, what might happen is when everybody is trying to get in the system, everybody's trying to purchase, it will slow down. So let's say your top package that you already have in the cart, inshallah, we hope that you are able to purchase it and that goes through, because that's the most ideal scenario. Everything was in the cart, you wanted that was your favorite package, ideally with a low availability, with a high availability, so that way you got through, you were able to purchase. So that's alhamdulillah, that's the best way. Now if that first package doesn't go through, we want to be able to search for the next packages in the screen, in the list. And one way was to search by name. So if you have the name handy, like I searched just now, then you can search and say Rawaf Holiday in 206, and I was able to get to this screen by searching for it. Another way that we noticed that, and again, for the quick disclaimer, it does work. We have tried a few times already, and is by using the URL method. So if you see on the top of, whenever you are at a specific package, this URL that you see on the top, this is basically the URL. This is the link that will get you to this package Holiday in 206 directly. And at least the way Nusuk is working right now, you can, if you are already logged in, if you're not logged in and you try to hit this link directly, it will fail. It will ask you to log in. But if you first have logged in into Nusuk already, and then in the same window, right, not in a different tab, in the same window, if you put this URL, you can go to that package directly. Now, what I started doing as I found out this was, I started making a note of stuff, right? So if I go here, okay, these are my packages I'm interested in. So I started noting down these links. And also interestingly, for each package, what you can do is, when you click on the configure package on the bottom, this URL updates, and it's very standard URL. This will say on the end booking/room/configure. Now, Nusuk can anytime change this system. It could work differently. So be aware of that. But you can note this URL as well. And if you noted this URL, you can go straight to this screen for that package, right? You're trying to save clicks here. So for example, if this is the one, so what I did was I bookmarked some links, and I'm going to show you how to bookmark as well, but let me just show you the ones that I already bookmarked. So I started bookmarking few links, and I said, okay, I want to go to WOCO 250. So if I do that, I can directly go to WOCO 250 Major Al Kafsh URL, right? This is taking me to the main screen, right, of that package. If let's say now I want to go from here to the next one in my list, right? So again, you can go to your bookmarks, click on WOCO 202, and it will take me to WOCO 202. And this is the main package URL. Like I said, you can also bookmark the package configuration page directly. So let me show you an example of that. So let's say I want to go to the 250 WOCO 250 configuration page. If I click on that, it's going to take me directly to that 250 configuration page. So again, here, if I'm here, let's say this was my second pack in the list, I emptied my cart, right? Once you empty the cart, you can go in and say, okay, yeah, I want to select, let's say I want to do cart, click next, select my package, select my flight, and very quickly it saves you few clicks if you are able to do this. Like I said, at least this is the way the system is working right now. You are able to save and go directly. You should be logged in. If you are not logged in when you're going to this URL, then you will not be able to, basically it won't work. But this helps you go directly to save few clicks. So again, trying to see where we can use that. So let's say these are already links I saved. So let's say how do I get to a brand new package, right? I've never saved that package before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I want to do this process for Holiday in 206. I'm going to copy this. And again, like I said, whatever works for you better, note down the links in a doc, bookmark it, either ways. So when I click on this view details, right? So this is the URL that is the one I'm looking for, right? So this is the URL that I will copy, and I can either keep it in a doc handy, right? So that way I can, now again, if you click on this directly, it will open a new tab. So you cannot just click on this link, you have to copy paste. And that's why I like the bookmark method better, because that way it is a little easier. So let's say I want to bookmark it. If this is Chrome, this is very similar with Internet Explorer as well. You can click bookmark the tab, it will get bookmarked. You can click edit, right? And you can say where you want to save this. So I have already created a folder called Rawaf, but you can choose another folder if you don't already have a folder. Click new folder. I created a folder called, let's, favorite packages, Rawaf packages, whatever you want to call it. And then you can save it with a name, which, let's say I'm going to say Holiday Inn 206. Hit save. So now this package is there in my list, right? So let's say I was in a different place. I was on Voco 250. So I can click on this, and it's going to take me to Voco 250. Now I want to go back to that. I can go to my bookmarks again. I have it saved under here. So this is a new one I just saved, Holiday Inn 206. It will take me to the main page of the package. Now, like I said, this is how it's working right now. If Nusuk changes the system where the URL method doesn't work, that's something you want to be ready for. But again, we doubt that they will change something so close to when they're supposed to go live. But yeah, this is we saved the bookmark, the link to the main package, right? If you click on the configure package, this is the second link I would bookmark, because I want to be able to go directly to this link. That way I have, say, we given one more click, I don't even have to scroll down. I know this package already. I know what it is for. And I can say this is Holiday Inn room configuration page. You can give whatever name you like. So like I said, either bookmark it, but if you are bookmarking it, you want to open it in the same tab, don't open it in a new tab. Or you can put links in a doc, save it again. But if I just click on this link directly, it will open it in a new tab by default. That won't work. So you should already be logged in. We'll just save you a few clicks, inshallah. Hopefully this helps. Let us know if you, so again, either bookmark or put it into a notepad. Good for you.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Wasim. Again, to re-emphasize, this is what we know as of today. Could this change in the next few days? Yes, it's possible, but most highly unlikely, because they would have to hide the URLs, and it's a lot of work. They would not be able to do it. And again, I very humbly request, keep this within this group, because remember one thing: first come, first serve. Whoever gets to book the packages is the one that is able to get the Hajj package. So broadcasting this one will only reduce the chances of our group members. So, but again, we are here to help everybody, whether it's in this group or elsewhere. So try to. But one thing is, practice this one. Do not expect to follow these steps suddenly for it to work when the purchase window opens up. So the key is that you go through these steps. So for the rest of the day, take this as an assignment. Take this as an assignment that we are giving you. By the end of the day, we'll do a poll. Okay, we are going to do a poll, and I'm hoping that we'll have a much higher percentage of people saying that they have gone through this process, they are comfortable with it. So at least mark about 7 to 8 packages, pick at least 7 to 8 URLs, try different things in it. Okay, take the URL, mark the package name against it, so that you're and line them up in your document in a notebook or whichever format that you use, in the order of your preference, so that when you're going through it, you're not trying to figure out which one should be next, etc. Come up with your way of highlighting which one that you already tried, which is the next one that you want to do, etc. Number them if you have to, whatever makes you most comfortable. We have given you a tool, inshallah ta'ala, it'll help. So but also at the same time, remember one thing: the way this is going to work, Let me get to my presentation quickly first.
So
Brother Wasim, did I
yeah, yeah,
switch?
it's visible. Yeah, yeah, it's
Okay.
visible. Yes.
All right. So this is what you need to do for immediately today. Okay. So go to the packages, select Rawaf so that you get all the Rawaf packages. And normally I prefer going to the end of it because we are recommending Voco and Holiday Inn. But let's say I go to one of these packages, Rawaf Roko, right? And I'm going to go through. You need to go through all these steps here so that you make sure this is what you want, okay? And you look at your flights, okay? So it has flights. It's Toronto, okay? This is another thing I want to comment. I know people have sent lots of messages, etc. I only want 14 days. I only want Chicago. I only want Washington. Folks, I want to be very upfront with you. This is not the time that you can make uh, the choice is saying that I will only go to Hajj if the package is from Chicago or only for so many days, only for this thing. It's a very limited opportunity that is available. With 3,500 is what we are told, but again, it is not a confirmed report. From what our understanding is, it's about 3,500 to maybe 4,000, maybe another 500 also, but it's still a very small quota that has been assigned to the United States and for most of the other countries. When with about in case of the United States, we are going against about 30 to 40,000 people who are eager and interested in going for Hajj. So that being the case, yes, you can put your top choice as the one that goes from a gateway that you prefer, the number of days that you prefer, the number of the camp, etc. Again, I do understand there are absolute requirements you have. Those requirements you have to meet. I'm not going to challenge that one, but wherever possible, be a little bit flexible. If you don't find it from Washington, look for Chicago, look for New York, look for even Toronto for that matter, because you can easily go to Toronto. You can take one of the flights and go into Toronto. Again, all I'm requesting is be a little bit flexible. Be a little bit flexible so that you can get a package booked. So again, so here I say, okay, Toronto is fine. So I understand this is good for me. So I'm gonna go back to my previous page. So once I'm confirmed saying that, yep, Rawaf Voco 365 is a good package. This meets my requirements. I'm going to go ahead and take the URL from here, copy the URL, go into a notebook, which is what I'm saying for right now, Rawaf 365, and say and keep it. Now, then I'm going to go here, empty my card so that I can look for, again, remember, all I'm doing is assessing right now, okay? All I'm doing is assessing. This is not the final product, not the way that you would do during the purchasing part. Rawaf, okay? I pick for Rawaf. Now I'm going to go search for other possible options. Okay. Again, look at the amount, look at however these things are. Let's say I'm going to look at the next one here. Okay. This meets my dates. I'm going to look at the dates here that it satisfies me. The hotel Holiday Inn, which is fine. Then, okay, Majar al Kabsh. I want Majar al Kabsh. Then I'm going to configure. Okay, I do see the flights. It has a New York flight, etc. It meets my dates. I'm just going to reconfirm that it all meets the dates. Then I'm going to go back the previous step. This is the link. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back to my notepad and I'm going to put this as Holiday Inn, Al Kapsh, for my reference. You can come up with any wording that you want. Okay. I copy this one. Okay. So this is as simple as that. So you are going to build your inventory of packages in the preferential order. Okay. One, two, three, four. The first one would be the one which is already in your shopping cart. So this would be your second choice. Then comes your, this is your third choice. Then comes your fourth choice, fifth choice, sixth choice, seventh choice, eighth choice, ninth choice, 10th choice. I would suggest at least come up with 10 choices. Look at some, you might be able to find the group flight, and in some cases, you may not be able to find the group flight, and you have to do the custom. As much as we don't want you to do the custom, if you have to, go with it. Go with it. Our intention, our final goal is to make sure that you do get into the Hajj, that you are able to get the Hajj. If you're doing the custom package, again, as we have said multiple times, make sure you build some buffer in your e-wallet. Make sure you build some buffer. You do not want to come to the market price and then suddenly find that it is higher than what you had planned for and what is in your Nusuk e-wallet basically. So this is how you build your inventory.
So,
Again,
sorry, just quickly
yeah,
note calling this out. Do note like Farid Bhai is on the main package screen, right? Don't go all the way till the flights page and copy that URL. You noted Farid Bhai went to the package summary page. If you this your link will get you to the main package, right? You could go to the configuration, copy that, but don't copy all the way till the end because those are all information that is what people who are not familiar with computers like session information. So those URL will not work, right?
exactly.
So yeah, so don't go all the way to the end and copy that. So where you are, you should be on either this screen or the configure package screen, one of the two. Don't go all the way to the end and copy that because those URLs might not work.
Very good point. So if I go here, please see how things are changing. Okay. If I go this, oh, because I need to empty this. Okay,
You
fine.
have to empty the card. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's another point. Remember, in our process, we have explained this multiple times. Before you can go to the next package and try, you have to empty the shopping cart. So as you just noticed now, I could not move forward because I had a package in my shopping cart. So let me just go through this to highlight the point that Brother Wasim is making. It's very important that you understand it. In either case, what we want you to do is go through these steps that we have shown you, practice it completely from A to Z, practice it. So the link that you have, make sure it works. So do not get frustrated. The link is not working. It might be because something that you did copy it is not correct. Okay. So this is the base URL, by the way, of this package. This is the base URL. So if I go to the next page, I just wanted to show you, see how the link changes. Rooms configure. So once I do this, so this is also still not a good this thing. You want to remain before this booking rooms configure this one. Okay. So once I go here, if you see the link changes, you don't want this link. You don't want to save this link because this link will not help you. Sorry, we are trying to give you uh, web page 101 lesson, but we really want to prepare you. We want you to be the one who are right in the front. So that this changes again. You don't want this one. Okay. So you want to remain at the higher level. Okay. So just to move forward, there are several questions that have been asked, and I want to cover that one. At this point in time, we are confirmed to be guides only for Raa Mina packages. MCDC team has been in touch with us. They are asking us some questions. We might be able to be guides for the MCDC, but at this point in time, we cannot confirm that. We can only confirm Raa Mina packages. So I understand several people have raised the concern that what will happen with the other guides, etc. Our hope is that every guide will be good. But again, we also do know from the past experience, different guides have different ways of working. And if you, and again, as I said in one of my posts, we are very humbled, we are grateful that you trust us. If you want us to be guides, please try to pick one of the Rawaf Mina packages. Our intention at this point in time is to be guides for any of the Rawaf holiday packages, Rawaf Woko packages, Rawaf Swiss al Maqam, and the Rawaf address packages. Would we consider the others, the Noza, the Legend, etc.? Probably, but not at this point in time, because we do know how Holiday Inn is, we know how Woko is, we know how Swiss al Maqam is, and we know how the address hotel is. That is one of the reasons why we are trying to limit ourselves to the hotels that we know are of quality. And this is one of the, whether you pick Masam or Al Kabsh, we will inshallah ta'ala cover it, inshallah ta'ala. Whether you are coming from Europe, whether you're coming from Canada or any city in the United States, it really doesn't matter. We will, inshallah ta'ala, provide the guidance. Uh, Inshallah ta'ala, once the packages have been purchased, we will seek you to tell us which package you have picked. And if it is a Rawaf Mina, and depending on the city, we'll start building, we'll start coordinating with you. We'll start coordinating irrespective of where you are, basically. We will start helping you out, inshallah ta'ala. The question was asked to explain about the packages, okay, the percentages, etc. We have received updates on this. We just decided not to release it further because it was becoming confusing for many people. So we basically we kind of held off releasing updates on this one, but this is still pretty much kind of up to date. So what we released here was, you should go to your country, whatever country of residence you are in, and then you look and see which one is high, which one is low. So we have sorted this one by high and low. So high basically meaning high availability. That does not mean the packages are available. All this means is, based on the statistics available to us, most people uh, have have booked in the one that says low. This means these packages, lots of people have booked. Lots of people have earmarked. Lots of people have put it in the shopping cart. That's all it means. It does not mean you cannot get these packages. Please be aware of it. Okay. We are not saying that you should not consider any of these low packages. All this means is there are lots of people going after it. So the chances decreases. But if you are one of the first ones, do try it. I mean, if this matches your requirements, etc., do try it. Again, we are requesting you to try and stay within Rawaf Mina packages, the Holiday Inn, the Woko, Al Maqam, and the address hotel, so that we can provide the guidance in those groups, inshallah ta'ala. Wasim, are there questions that we need to go over? Anything?
Uh, Let me quickly check. I think you have answered this, but people are asking about how do we know what ground transportation is going to be available in the package from Makkah to Medina?
Yeah, I think we have covered this multiple times. Rawaf Mina, especially Rawaf Mina, and I'm sure this is true of all the other service providers also. Uh, the service providers takes the responsibility of providing the ground transportation from the airport to the hotel, no matter what time of the day you come, no matter what flight you come by. Okay, their staff will be at both Medina and Jeddah airport, and depending on your package, if it needs to go to Medina, they will transport you there. Okay. People have asked the question about the timing of the transportation from Mecca to Medina. It's 6 hours. The transportation from Jeddah to Medina is also about 5 to 7 hours. So depending on the transportation time, depending on how the traffic is, it could take about 5 to 7 hours. People have asked the question if they can use the train from Mecca to Medina. Yes, it is a possibility, but you need to work this out with your guide and the service provider. Do not make plans of going by train before you have made the arrangements with your guide, because you could run into lots of challenges. The guide may not be able to arrange for it, the hotel time, somebody to receive you, etc. So do not get into a situation where you're booking the train before you have made arrangements. Okay. Couple other questions were about Al Muasim. We have gone through this one. Al Muasim is a fairly well facilitated camp. It's about 3 to 3.5 miles walk. There is no bus transportation between Al Muasim and Jamarat. Again, I want to repeat this. This is important. The reason I'm repeating these things is because this is a decision you have to make. The walk from Al Muasim to the Jamarat, you have to do the 3 days, basically 3 times during your Hajj ritual. 3 times or 4 times, depending on how you want to do it. Three is required, fourth is the recommended one. It's about 3 to 3.5 miles walk. There is no bus transportation. There is no transportation of any type in with Al Masim. With Al Kabsh, it's not very far. It's about less than half a mile of walk if you have to walk. There is a train transportation from the Al Kabsh, which is also called the VIP camp, to the Jamarat, and the train service also runs from Mina to Muzdalifa and to Arafat. Okay, so but as far as Al Muasim is concerned, it's a walk. As far as facility is concerned, of course, the Al Kabsh is far superior facility. The Al Muasim is not very bad. It's fairly decent. Yes, it could be improved. Question was asked: has the Ministry of Hajj taken our suggestions from last year? And this thing, we do not know. We do not have information as to what kind of upgrades they have made in Al Muasim camp. Okay, inshallah ta'ala, we'll find out when we get there. Our hope is they have improved it. Every year they have been making improvements to the Al Muasim camp, inshallah ta'ala. Any other question?
People are asking about flying back early and flying back later. Yeah.
Okay, as far as flying back early, the flights do not start, if I recall correctly, until the 13th of Dhul Hijjah. Nothing, no flights before that one. So the earliest you can fly out is the 14th of Dhul Hijjah. You have to look at the calendar. We have shared a calendar. I think that kind of confirms to like the 20th of June. Before 20th of June, I don't believe you can fly out. If you have to fly out earlier, that's an arrangement, the flight arrangement you have to make. As far as transportation to the airport, if you're leaving right on the 13th of Dhul Hijjah or something, you have to make this arrangement with the service provider. Our expectation is the service provider will make the arrangement, but do not rely on our statement right now. While you're in the Hajj, you have to make these arrangements, inshallah ta'ala. As far as flying later, yes, you can fly later. There is a last date that you can stay in Dhul Hijjah that will be listed on your once you receive the visa. But any stay beyond the package stay, you will have to make those arrangements. Okay, whatever the arrangements are, whether in the same hotel or a different hotel, that is something that you will have to arrange beyond the package dates. Oh, will these URLs expire? I don't believe they will expire. Okay, I don't believe they'll expire, well, because they don't have a way of expiring those URLs. But again, we want you to test it out. This is something that we found out just yesterday. We have played with it since yesterday. It seems to be pretty solid. We don't see an issue with this working, but will they expire or not? I don't believe they will. Wasim, have you tested from the same URL yesterday to today? The one
Yeah,
that you
I copied
yes,
the URL and saved it. I logged out. I used it again today, the same URL. Yeah, so
same URL from yesterday to today, right?
it worked. Yeah, but
Okay.
again, yeah, the main package screen, right? Not all the way when you've added the
Exactly,
flight.
exactly. I mean, you have to only copy the main URL of the package. Okay, do not go further down. If you can go review everything, then empty your wallet, come back, and get back to the main page. Okay, from the main page, copy the URL, inshallah ta'ala.
Yeah, there's a question about somebody who's a couple. I think we answered this before. If you are booking double, it is not automatic, but you can work with your guide to be together. If, say, let's say, husband and wife are booking double, you can do it, but you have to just work with your guide. Somebody's asking about doing it over the phone versus like booking packages over the phone
No, no,
versus
no.
using the computer.
No, no, no. Oh, you mean using on the phone device? Well, it
Yeah, phone
that
browser.
really
Yeah,
depends.
phone browser. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on how comfortable you are. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can use the browser on your phone, no question about it, because you might be somewhere out at work somewhere. Yes, absolutely, you can do it. But if that is something that you believe might happen, my suggestion is practice it. Practice it. Again, I might be sounding like a teacher here, but remember, this is a first come, first serve. The first hour or 2 hours is when the packages would go away. So if you're struggling with your phone, you're struggling with your screen, if you're struggling with which package to buy in that 1 hour, 2 hours, you're losing on time. You really don't want to do that. Okay, you want to be fast. You want to be the first ones that are getting the package. So again, want to repeat my statement earlier. E-wallet has to be absolutely ready with all the funds that you need. Your list of 10 packages with the URLs as we are speaking now in the preferred order has to be ready for you to be successful. But at the same time, you have to monitor our group chat frequently. Do not expect us to call you. Please do not expect us to call you. I know a few people have requested us, ping me directly, etc. Please do not expect that. We have almost 1,500 people, alhamdulillah, in our group. We'll not be able to reach that many people. Okay. So, and we do not want to have this preferential treatment either. So, as soon as we find out, we are going to blast it out in our group chat. Whether it is Brother Samir does it, Brother Wasim does it, or I do it, one of us will do it. We have already prepared the statement. We have already prepared an image that basically says that it has gone live, and you need to look for it. It's a colorful image we have put out so that it does catch your attention. It's not going to be a regular message. It's going to be an image we are going to release, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Couple other questions that I had noticed.
There's one about like package dates. I think we covered this. Like group flights don't necessarily start on the same
Right.
date
Right.
or end the same date. There might be multiple options. They
Yeah.
are giving flexibility for people to go back earlier. So look at that correctly.
Right. Again, we have answered this several times before, but probably people are joining new. Uh, each package has different flight options. Okay, there are some flights. The packages, for example, if they are starting on the 6th of June in Medina, there is a flight which arrives on the 6th. There is a flight that arrives on the 7th. There is a flight that arrives on the 8th, and there is a flight that arrives on the 9th. Rawaf Mina has confirmed to us when they say, even when they say checkout is the 9th, it really means they are going to leave the hotel on the 10th, not on the 9th itself. So even if your flight is arriving on the 9th, I was actually reviewing this with one of our group member. Their flight is arriving at 2:30 in the afternoon. So will they have time in Medina? Yes, that's a very short time, but you will have the night in Medina, and the next day, sometime after Fajr, they are going to. The buses will start departing from Medina to Mecca, but you could possibly make an arrangement to go by train at a later time. But that again, you have to make an arrangement with your guide and with the service provider on site there when you are there, basically. So again, if you really want to take the full advantage, take the earliest flight, even if that means you have to fly to a different gateway than your preferred gateway. There was a question earlier about about us being given another luxury package. No, we have not been assigned a luxury package by any other service provider. We have spoken to a few. They have told us yes, we can use that, but we looked at a few different things. We cannot guarantee that we will be guides at that with that package, so we are holding that information back. Okay, so this does not mean you should not look at other packages. If you want us to be your guides, we are requesting you to look at Rawaf Mina packages. That's all we are doing. We want you to get to Hajj. If it's whether it is Rawaf Mina package or if it is a MCDC package, Jamil package, whatever the service provider is, it doesn't matter. Inshallah Taala, you will have a good guide there also. Inshallah Taala. But if you want us to be the guide, so we can only support Rawaf Mina, Holiday Inn, Voco, Suez Al Maqam. and the address hotel. These are the four locations at this point in time we are planning on supporting, inshallah. Okay. Anything else?
Uh,
If we okay, yeah, there is a question about if you take a flight from Toronto, about the Zamzam. Uh, if you take a flight from Toronto and your any of your connecting flights, Zamzam will be considered as one bag, one of your bags, basically. So please bear that in mind. Okay. So if you have taking a connecting flight from Houston to Washington, for example, and if your international flight is from Washington to Jeddah, once you arrive in Washington, I want to say the standard statement, then I want to change that just a little bit. Okay, your connecting flight from Washington to Houston, most of the airlines might ask for an additional baggage charge. But what we have noticed in the last several years is the airlines which are in the connecting flight, they are aware of the Hujjaj coming in. They do become aware of it. In many cases, they will accommodate that as a Zamzam, and they may not charge it. But be prepared for the connecting flights to charge for it also. Okay.
yeah, one thing to note about Zamzam is like you cannot, they don't allow you to put it inside the luggage in Saudi, but in domestic airport, let's say you have landed in South US already, if you have space inside your bag, they don't usually have a problem with putting liquids in your check luggage. So if you have a consolidated number of pieces, you within a local flight, not in Saudi flight, you could put it inside your luggage.
Okay. The question keeps coming about occupancy. Okay. At this point in time, and I have browsed through many other packages of service provider. Most of these service providers are not offering double occupancy. There are very few packages that are offering double occupancy. Most of them are quad. Uh, I'm assuming, I think what Rawaf Mina has explained that to us is it's because they're trying to keep the package cost as low as possible. What Rawaf Mina has assured us is if somebody comes in and wants to switch from quad to triple or double, they will consider it. They are not guaranteeing it, but it's going to cost to remove that one bed, depending on how you're looking at it, will end up costing that at that specific hotel about 8,000 riyal. So be aware of it. If you're going to ask for switching from quad to triple or triple to double, uh, Rawaf Mina would be charging you about 8,000 riyals, if I remember correctly, not through Nusuk. This will be an arrangement done at a later point in time. Again, the guide will not collect this money. This will have to be collected directly by service provider. On that note, I want to emphasize the guides are not supposed to collect any funds from Hujjaj. Guides are not supposed to collect before or after, other than for Udhiya or for special arrangement that you make, but that is only once you get into Saudi Arabia. Okay. Udhiya, yes, we'll have to collect ahead of time because we have to make those arrangements for the Udhiya, but no other charges are the guide supposed to collect from you. Now, so on the Udhiya, which is the Qurbani, which is called Udhiya during the Hajj time, many packages do not include it. Okay. At least the group that is going to be under our guidance, I can inshallah ta'ala assure you we will make the arrangement at a very reasonable rate. We were able to do it. Inshallah ta'ala we'll do it again. For people who are going with other groups, we will try it, inshallah ta'ala, even for those people. But we can almost assure you that people who are going with Rawaf and with our group, inshallah ta'ala, will make the arrangement for Udiya, inshallah ta'ala. But others also, do not be greatly concerned. It's not such a big deal. There are counters, there are online people who will accept the Udiya request. The Udiya has to be done within the precinct of Mecca. You cannot do it in India, Morocco, Pakistan, etc. It has to be done in Mecca for it to be part of the Hajj ritual. Okay. Anything else?
Some people are asking if you can share the link to that where it was showing high availability, low availability packages. So maybe if we can put it, we'll put it in the WhatsApp group. What do you think?
We
That
will put it
information.
again in the WhatsApp group. We have shared it before. We will share it again. Okay. People have asked about the Excel sheet. There is no point in providing the Excel sheet because Excel sheet has lots of analytics behind it. You're only going to get confused with it. The PDF is all that you want. Okay. Use that one. We have not updated in the last day or two, but it's really not that relevant. It just gives you some idea, which is all that you need at this point in time. Okay. People are asking the question about, having the hotel in Azizia and Mossam camp. Would that be similar experience as the Al Qabsh? No, please. I don't want to give any mis communication here. Al Qabsh is Al Qabsh. The facilities in Al Qabsh, the closeness to the Jamara and the trains between Mina, Arafat, and Muzdalifah, it is definitely superior in quality. Okay. Will you have close access to the hotel? Yeah, from the Jamarat. Yeah, that is there, but it is nothing compared to Al Kapsh. I would not replace the concept saying that you have a Jamarat and hotel in Azizia and Mossam that is similar to Al Kapsh. That's not true. Okay. Anything else, Wasim?
Sure. Well, I think that covers mostly. Yeah. Others. Yeah. If there are other questions, there's a question form for asking questions. So please ask there, and yeah, we can address those. Yeah.
Okay. So again, in closing, please prepare, practice as much as possible. Do not think that you can just be there and start working with it. It's not going to happen. You really do need to practice, and we hope to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala that we are all able to go for Hajj Baitullah, and we are able to make it. Uh, as I mentioned in the group chat, have the trust in Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. If Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has destined for us to make this Hajj, we will make it. We will make it irrespective of whether Brother Farid is helping you, whether Raa Mina, whether MCDC, Nusuk, Ministry of Hajj, or whatever the situation is. If you are destined to make Hajj, you will make the Hajj. If Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has different plans, be content with the fact that it is Allah's decision and not yours. Allah has made the decision that any one of us not to make the Hajj. There is a good reason that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made that. Be content with that. Do not be frustrated, but start planning for next year, and inshallah ta'ala, Allah will make it happen, inshallah. Okay. We'll go ahead and close it with wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilus salihati وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته